Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravo's Restaurant Bar, El Rey Lounge de Versalles, Joint Boutique Hotel and Co-Work, Monzon Brewing Company, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. It is Friday, March 14. Yay! Another week is almost over, and I am so happy to see every one of you here. I'm happy to share whatever news we have here on Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live on Facebook. I hope everyone is doing great, and I hope everyone is looking forward to an awesome weekend. I am certainly looking forward to a restful one, but I have a couple of things to share and some ideas of things you may want to do in the coming days. So grab your favorite beverage and stick around because we have news to start with. And we begin with a headline that caught my attention. I was quickly reminded that this is a long weekend because the headline was asking if banks will be open on Monday. The answer is no, as we celebrate the birth of Benito Juarez on 21st of March. But this is one of those sliding holidays that the government moves around to facilitate the enjoyment of long weekends. So the long weekend will be celebrated on Monday. The banks will be closed. And who was Benito Juarez, for that matter, you may ask? Well, he was a Mexican politician, military commander, and lawyer who served as the 26th president of Mexico from 1858 until his death in office in 1872. But his big influence in Mexico and in Latin America was that he was the very first indigenous president of Mexico and the first democratically elected indigenous president in all of the Americas. He is the only personality in Mexico that is celebrated on his birthday as a federal holiday. So this is pretty much a very, very big deal. We will talk more about Benito Juarez as we get closer to the actual date of his birth, which is the 21st, which is also the beginning of spring. We'll take a look at more of his accomplishments and why he is so revered in our history. And here's another reason to celebrate. The Pitillal patron saint Fiestas begin tomorrow and continue until March 21st. In addition to the program at the San Miguel Arcangel Church, the celebration also includes massive shows and dances in the plaza, which as usual is saturated with food stalls and toys and clothing sales and rides for the delight of locals and visitors. You should see increased activity in the Pitillal main plaza starting tomorrow, but the big day is the following weekend, March 23rd. At 11 o'clock in the morning, there will be a pilgrimage of the charros of Puerto Vallarta. So if you want to see charros riding horses, that is, I believe it's next Saturday. Oh my God, it's the same day that we have it's the same day that we have Hands-On Vallarta. So I guess I'm going to miss the parade. But at 7 p.m. in the afternoon, there's a pilgrimage of the town of El Pitillal with its traditional floats. And at 8 o'clock at night, the Mass will be officiated, culminating at 10 o'clock with the lighting of the castle, fireworks, and dancing in the plaza. No, I don't think that the Mass will go on from 8 to 10, but I think in general, the following Saturday in the afternoon and evening will be a great time to go check out downtown Pitillal and see what is going on at their patron saint Fiestas. And this next bit of news, I don't know that this is news or not. Maybe it's a little bit of rant on my behalf, but I caught this headline on one of the local sources and it made my eyes roll a little bit. The headline says, "Tourists are thrilled with beach horseback riding." And I thought to myself, okay, let's dig into this one to see what's going on. And and it was a short article that says how delighted tourists are of being able to horseback ride in Puerto Vallarta, but the article doesn't mention anything as to where to go, where to do it, where to find a horse, who is promoting these tours. For that matter, I have been under the impression, and I could be wrong, that there is no horseback riding on the actual beaches of Puerto Vallarta. I could be wrong on that one, but ask yourself, when was the last time you actually saw horses on the beach in Puerto Vallarta? I've never seen them. I don't remember last time I saw a horse on the beach in town. So maybe there is someone offering horseback riding excursions out there within Puerto Vallarta. I am sure that there are horseback riding opportunities past the Marina Vallarta beach, but again, I wouldn't know where to find these horses or where to request a charro to rent me a horse. You know the drill. So if you know anything about horseback riding, if you'd like to know more about horseback riding, just write a comment or let us know what you know, and we will connect the dots as much as we can. What's next? The weather is next. Let's take a look at what Snarky Weatherman has to say. The sun is too damn bright. Well, I'll be damned if it is, and I'll be damned if it isn't. What I know is that it is now 24 degrees out there. Humidity is at 62%. Our weather forecast for today says we're going to have clear skies in the morning with partly cloudy skies in the afternoon with a high of 27 and a low of 14. Then on tomorrow, we can expect mostly clear skies in the morning with mostly cloudy skies in the afternoon with a high of 26 and a low of 13. Then on Sunday, clear skies throughout the day. Oops, something's caught in my eye. My bad. Clear skies throughout the day on Sunday with a high of 24 and a low of 13. You know, if I was communicator in a local television show, I would get fired immediately because I'm always picking on my face and scratching and this, that, and the other. I have no manners, but hey, I'm just human. Let me see what else we have here. Not for sharing today, but yesterday I took a lovely, lovely sunset walk along the Malecon. And of course, I was holding onto my camera and I did a lovely walking tour. And I was very happy about that. I haven't edited it, but I am so very happy that I did it because I was minding my own business on the Malecon. And who do I run into but our own Sherry Cooper with husband David? It is so much fun to bump into Sherry and David out and about. They always make me laugh. So I know that you're here, Sherry. I see your name. So thank you. Thank you for stopping me. I was, in the filming zone, but Sherry stopped me and we had a lovely communication and conversation and we just laughed silly for a few minutes. And I appreciated that very much. Now, moving right along, I want to tell you about, well, on Wednesday, as you know, I did spotlight interviews, and one of the spotlight interviews that I did, there I go, scratching my ear. One of the spotlight interviews that I did will be aired in a second. I'll share it with you. But I also had a chance to interview my dear friend Diana Francis, who's doing not only some improv workshops that I'll tell you about in a few days, but she's also partnering with our very own Gura Gabor on something called Match That Snatch Game. And I think this is a spin off on the popular Snatch Game. I think there was a television show that did Snatch Game a few years ago, but of course, nowadays, RuPaul's Drag Race does Snatch Game. All I know is that, oh, we will have Gura Gabor as Jaja Gabor, Eva Jimenez as Pink, and David Mayoko as Liberace are going to be there. I think they're going to be judges. And this is going to be hosted by Gene Gayburn. And who is Gene Gayburn? Well, he's none other than Diana Francis dressed up as a boy. So this is going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be two shows, one this coming Monday and one the following Monday at Nacho Daddy. And I'll have the information available for you in the show notes in case you want to go to this. And I will be well medicated, but I want to tell you that I've been invited to be a contestant on Monday night. I'm excited. I'm terrified. It'll be fun because I'll be surrounded by friends. But these businesses of being on a stage when I don't have control of the situation just make me feel edgy. But it'll be fun. Again, this is Match That Snatch Game this coming Monday. I will share some of my interview with Diana tomorrow so that we can learn more about how the event is going to unfold. Then I also have a nice little friendly reminder that Harvey, a play presented by Teatro Sin Borders, opened yesterday at the American School. It's playing for 3 consecutive weekends on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays at 7:30. Doors open at 7. Tickets are only 250 pesos per person. This should be a fun comedy. So if you want to support a local theater, if you want to support our only community theater company that delivers in English, because we have other community companies in town that do Spanish plays. If you want to support Teatro Sin Borders, all you have to do is show up and enjoy yourself. And as I mentioned just a second ago, one of my interviews this past Wednesday was with my co-host and co-organizer for Hands-On Vallarta. And I want to play this interview for you now. This is more of an invitation and a little bit of the story on how we decided to get started with this new event. Let me find my button. And here it is, my conversation with Angela Kelleher about Hands-On Vallarta. Take a look. Hi, I'm Paco.
Hi, I'm Angela.
I'm sitting here with my friend Angela Kelleher. We have been planning this event, Hands-On Puerto Vallarta, a volunteer fair for English-speaking locals and their Mexican friends. And we are 2 weeks away.
And I'm excited. I'm very excited that this is coming up. A lot of people have been asking me about it and saying they're coming and interested. And I keep telling them to tell more friends.
Well, we certainly hope a lot of people will tell many, many friends. Of course, the event is going to happen not this Saturday, but a week from this Saturday, from 12 to 3 here at the Joint Boutique Hotel in Colonia Emiliano Zapata. I think, Angela, we might start by telling folks out there how we decided to partner on this adventure.
Okay. Do you remember how we decided to partner?
Well, let me tell my side of the story. You tell your side of the story. How about that?
Sure.
Okay. For me, it all started when somebody that was watching Coffee and Headlines wanted to find out about volunteer opportunities. And I was already aware of your wonderful volunteer group on Facebook, which we will flash when we edit the interview. And I reached out to you and I proposed the idea and
Absolutely, yeah. And we'd met. I'd come on your show before to talk about my my charity, Quality Spay and Neuter Clinics, and as part of that, we talked about volunteering and how important I think it is, and how how rich it's made my life since I've come here to Varta. And I think that also planted a bit of a seed for you and for me as well. And I know in the past, like several years ago, there used to be a charity fair, but it wasn't really about volunteering, and it was a paid event with catering, and it was complicated.
It was, it was complicated, and I think it was effective. This
I
was
think
the
it was neat.
altruism
It's different,
fair.
yeah.
The altruism fair. It was a huge event that was started by the U.S. Consulate Office in partnership with with the Marriott Hotel.
Yeah.
And you're right, there were a lot of requisites to get in as an organization.
Yeah.
There were a lot, one had to pay, but then the money was divided among the
Yes.
different charities. So
Yeah.
there was definitely an advantage. This is not quite the same. This is not a fundraising event. This is just an event for volunteers to connect directly with the organizations.
Yeah, and I love kind of the grassroots idea of this, that we've got a room, we've got great space at the Joint Co-work Hotel where we'll have charities and we'll have people and no one's paying anything and everyone's just coming together to talk about the organizations and what they're doing and their mission and how they use volunteers, how they might be able to use volunteers. I would love to do some brainstorming on how volunteerism is developing in Varta and what it might look like in the future too. And so I love the simplicity of this. It's just people talking to people.
Well, I hope that people will come. People, you have to come to our
Yes.
event. It's going to be a lot of fun. 12 organizations. In a separate video, we will talk about the organizations. But for now, I want to say that I'm so grateful to be doing this in partnership with you, Angela.
Wonderful.
Even before I contacted you, I had already decided if you don't do this with me, I will not be doing it.
Oh goodness. Well, that's a compliment. And I love the location that we're doing it. So if you don't know Joint Co-work Hotel, we're right downtown on one of the bridges over the Rio Quale, and it's really close to the two Saturday markets. So a lot of people come into the Saturday markets, stop by at the market, and then stop by and see us too.
Absolutely.
And then go to the other market, right? There's another market on the island, the Three Hens and the Rooster.
Absolutely.
So we're right in the heart of what everything that's happening on Saturday. Not this Saturday, next Saturday, the 22nd.
Yes. And let's cut to the chase. We will have no entertainment,
Nope.
no amenities. You can enjoy wonderful coffee and pastries and beverages here at the Café Río, at the coffee shop. But the whole goal of the event is to have direct connection with the organizations that are looking for volunteers.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Paco, for approaching me with it and for all your work you're doing in organizing.
A week from this Saturday, here at the Joint Hotel, Hands-On Vallarta, a volunteer fair. Don't miss it.
See you there.
And there you have it. Completely organic, completely hands-on, completely basic, nothing fancy. All we are hoping to do here is to connect people with volunteer opportunities. I am so grateful for Angela's wisdom in putting this event together, and I am very much looking forward to it. So, what can you do to help? I would love it. I'm going to upload this video as part of the show notes. I'm going to put it on YouTube, on Facebook. If you come across this or any other 2 other videos, we're going to have a total of 3 promotional videos for Hands-On Vallarta this week. If you come across these videos, please share them. Please put them on your Facebook page. Please send them to your friends. Even if you're not going to be able to attend, if you're planning on going to the farmers markets, stop by and find out what are the options available to you. At the very least, stop by and check out the wonderful space that our sponsor, Joint Boutique Hotel and Co-work, has made available to us to use for no charge. And we're very grateful for that. But, there's a great co-work space. There's great spaces for teaching, for learning, for exhibiting. It is a very, very amazing, versatile space that the hotel has set aside for the community to use. As you know, that's where I teach my music appreciation presentations, and it's also where other courses go on at the Joint Boutique Hotel. And with that said, let us take a quick look. I think I have everything that I wanted to talk to you about today. Again, I will be editing interviews and this, that, and the other between today and Sunday. So tomorrow we'll have more details about Monday's Snatch game. And we will also have more information that I found out about the Sunday DJ morning happening at Café Río, that is going to have a live DJ and some mellow music, and also some arts and crafts. We'll find out more about that tomorrow on more interviews that I was able to record on Wednesday. Now, let's take a look at your comments just to see what's on your mind this Friday morning. Let's see. Tune. Yes, lots of good mornings, and I appreciate those. Angelica. Oh, happy birthday, Angelica. On the Marina, ready to take a birthday boat. I hope you have a wonderful birthday, and I hope you have a wonderful boat ride. Muchas felicidades. Let's see. Horses around 3 years ago on the beach, says Albert. Not recently, though. Again, I could be wrong on that one, but I've never seen anyone doing horseback riding activities on Puerto Vallarta proper. Maybe on surrounding areas, but certainly not in the city. We just saw horses a few days ago that came off the beach by the Sheraton, says Sherry. That's good to know. Liz says, thank goodness they used to come to Basilio. I think you're talking about horses. But again, if I wanted to go horseback riding this weekend or today on the beach in Puerto Vallarta, I wouldn't know where to go. Stan says, I just saw horses at the beach by Los Tules, Villas del Sol. There you go. Oh my God, your name. Oh my goodness. I don't know that I can. But it's a fascinating name. No, I'm not going to take chances. But a lovely person with a name that starts with a G has just said, if you want to ride a horse on the beach, you have to go to Bucerias. We see them there every day. Yes, I don't go to Bucerias very frequently, but yes, in other towns that are not Puerto Vallarta, it is more common to see horseback riding opportunities. Thank you for sharing that tip. And I am sorry if I didn't take a chance on your name. I didn't want to mess it up. Sherry says, we bumped into Paco on the Malecón and had a delightful talk. Yes, we did. And I was so grateful for that. How funny is it that we live in a huge city and still, when you're out and about, it happens that you run into people, and that feels good. It really does. Dale is signed up for Diana's improv workshop, and they will have an improv show on Sunday, March 23rd with participants of the workshop. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And again, we're going to have more details about not only the workshop, for which I understand there are still spaces available, but also about the opportunity to see our friends who took the workshop putting their new skills to good use. How fun is that? And Dale, doing an improv show, that I wouldn't want to miss. That'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited. Boom. Let's see. Linda says, I'll be there for the volunteer fair. Thank you so much, Linda. That means a lot to me. Sherry says, love these interviews. I love the fact that you love them because, again, we love to connect with people out there. Glenn is on the plane on his way to Puerto Vallarta. I hope you have a safe flight. And yes, Harold, the annual Altruism Festival was a good fundraising and information event. It was a great event. It was also gigantic in scope and organization and requisites and this, that, and the other. So I can certainly understand why the event stopped happening um, after the pandemic, during the pandemic. And then, of course, the PR department changed leadership at the Marriott some years back. And I've never heard of anyone at the Marriott wanting to undertake the Altruism Festival again. So I am happy that that I have this opportunity with Hands-On Vallarta, that we have an opportunity to bring back the chance to connect with other organizations. This is certainly not going to be a replacement for the Altruism Festival, but it's a small grassroots attempt to connect. And speaking of connect, I'm always grateful to connect with you. I'm grateful for your contributions to keep all these activities happening in the future through your subscriptions, through your memberships. We are approaching our 5th year anniversary, 5 years of Coffee and Headlines at the end of this month, and it is all thanks to you. Thanks to your memberships, thanks to your contributions. So I will leave you with that. I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you for sharing everything we put together, and thank you for your suggestions on how to constantly improve our offerings. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning for more Coffee and Headlines. Take care.